Hello, I'm Cheryl Waltman, and today I will be your guide on a brief journey through my quest to discover and implement effective digital technologies in my virtual classroom. Nearpod is my tool of choice, the one stop shop for synthesizing learning. Scholarly literature delineates three important objectives in learning, synthesizing, and utilizing. I found Nearpod meets the criteria of each guideline for digital e learning tools. Teachers and students can create new knowledge through experience. Teacher as reflexive practitioners are prepared to apply the knowledge obtained. And when these three objectives align, evidence-based practice comes to life. I prefer to conceptualize these three elements in a manner similar to the way I present it to my elementary students as an iterative cycle of learning and thinking that generates ideas for practical application. This progression, learn, think, do, clearly illustrates the metacognitive processes at play for both teachers and students. Well, popular doesn't really always equate with pedagogical. Nearpod is a highly regarded and extensively used platform, but does it align with pedagogical principles as outlined in the scholarly literature? The Nearpod platform aligns with Packler and Daly's principles of engagement, seamless integration, and the enhancement of learning, which are vital threads interwoven throughout the text. When all of these elements are crucial, and they are, components of effective e learning. I am particularly impressed by Nearpod's focus on interaction and the co construction of knowledge through its engagement features. Nearpod distinguishes itself as a user friendly platform. It allows educators to seamlessly transform existing lessons, such as PowerPoint presentations or Google Slides, into engaging interactive experiences. The platform serves two primary purposes. One, enhancing engagement. Nearpod delivers activity and content directly to each student's device, providing real time data. This aspect is particularly essential for e learning needs. Every interaction, whether a poll, a quiz, or a sketch, furnishes teachers with immediate insights into student comprehension. Today, I will concentrate on the live participation mode. This teacher directed group setting is vital for ensuring that synchronous learning in an online class is genuinely interactive. There is one caveat, however. Teacher directed does not really mean that it negates student centered. They're totally compatible with each other, and there are many, many ways to achieve student centered and teacher directed lessons. Why is live mode particularly advantageous for our synchronous e learners? First of all, we need group cohesion, particularly in a live virtual classroom. There's got to be a sense of community, and that cultivation can be very challenging. There are uncountable ways of enhancing both social interaction and teaching presence without sacrificing any of the virtual environment that's necessary for e learning. Two, evidence based adjustments. This aspect directly aligns with the concept of teacher inquiry, and it's perfect for factual answers, polls, quizzes, and you can insert these anywhere within the Nearpod presentation that you like. This approach provides immediate evidence of student understanding. And with this, instruction can be modified on the spot. This evidence based practice is not merely effective planning, but also the capacity to adapt and go back when we need to correct misconceptions and give immediate feedback. Number three, analyzing higher order thinking. While polls and quiz have their place, we aim for students to apply their knowledge in meaningful ways. The Draw It and the Collaborative Board are particularly effective for this purpose. Stay tuned. Today, I will concentrate on the live participation mode. This is vital for ensuring that synchronous online class sessions are genuinely interactive. And you know what? Accessing Nearpod couldn't be easier for both teacher and students. First, you go to the Nearpod app, open it, and double click on the lesson that you'd like. I've selected the collaboration lesson. Two, you have to choose whether you want live participation or student paced. Live participation is synchronous, and student paced is asynchronous. At the next juncture, You'd click on Launch New Live Participation. And then the screen will have its own little tag all by itself that gives the students the login information and the code for your particular lesson. You'll share that and wait for it. Wait for your students to log in. Names will appear and populate your list as soon as the students begin to sign in. And that's where your particularly accountability for participation begins. Be careful with younger ones because they will take forever to sometimes type their names in. They're not developmentally ready for all of the intricacies of typing and keyboarding. But when the students' names all appear on the list, you can go from there. Now that we have students, let's get to the heart of the matter. My two favorite interactive live participation tools are Draw It and the Collaboration Board. The Draw It feature excels in cognitive demand. These assignments blend critical and creative thinking because taking the brain and tasking it to produce a visual representation of scientific knowledge demands both. Draw It provides a qualitative, richer evidence of their comprehension than many other learning activities one could choose. This is an example of the collaboration board. I introduced the prompt at an appropriate juncture in the lesson. Students have the freedom to include text, images, videos, or audio recordings, but the teacher can change that list of possibilities at any time. The board populates as students submit. Classmates can like the responses, they can comment. I find it essential to be proactive in comment and response expectations because I create a safe environment where no student will ever need to fear what another says about any of their comments and their content. I've never been disappointed yet in the content rich conversations that we've had on the Collaborate board, especially the first respondent on this particular board who said she wasn't really enthralled with the cave explorations and our mission to build a museum until she thought about the possibility of a gift shop. She loves to shop. So she's going to be in charge of constructing that part. And then there's the boy who distrusts the narrative. He doesn't really believe that it happened that way. And so he is going to get a print book and do some further research. That's a good thing. So in conclusion, the insights gained from Nearpod's live participation mode illustrate the effective integration of evidence-based instruction within a virtual context. In the future, I intend to leverage Nearpod reports for my self-evaluation and to create student learning targets. This will allow me to systematically test and refine my instructional strategies, ensuring that my practice remains rooted in the new knowledge I acquired through inquiry. Ultimately, Nearpod revolutionizes remote teaching by making it accountable, data driven, and highly engaging. And here are the references for mainly the images and the text that we'll use. And I want to thank you very much for attending today and for your interest in my topic of Nearpod. Got any questions or thoughts, drop me a line at sowaltzman@gmail.com. Can also send you a copy of the presentation if you so desire. Thank you again, and I appreciate your audience participation.